game on Sunday, man. I know you're nervous for the Rams, but you got to be a little enthusiastic after being there.
Bro, that game atmosphere was ridiculous. The energy, the electricity. That place was rocking. Anyone was there, and a lot of the Super Buck fans were there too. The Bucs.
Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat Donovan.
It looks like Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like we got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
Howdy, hey, how the hell is everybody? J-Lo, happy Saturday to you, brother. How the hell you doing, my man?
Doing good, brother. How you doing, man? Happy College Football Saturday, man. Another excitement today in college football.
Big one for all of our teams today. We'll get into that and so much more live here on the Buccateers, our Saturday showdown weekend of football kickoff show. Fired up, finally feeling a little better. Seen a really cool comedy show last night, Sebastian Maniscalco, actually. So that was a really fun time. He was incredible. That was at the United Center. Sorry, as I get my camera adjusted here and whatnot. Got to get that beautiful Thunderbird jersey in the background. But nonetheless, we are live here on the Buccateers. We got so much to talk about. A lot of college football, a lot of NFL football, and so much more. We got Bucs, Rays, Bolts. What takes Bill Belichick? J-Lo, do you want to put those rumors to rest?
Yeah, I heard it, and I just pretty much went one ear after the other. It ain't happening. Just they gotta cut that out. Social media will hype the fans up, and I don't pay attention to that noise. One minute he's going to the Cowboys, one minute he's going to another team. He ain't coming here. I promise you that. That ain't happening.
No, he's probably not. So we'll move on with Christopher Cole saying, morning, peeps. Morning to you, Chris. How the hell you doing? We got the low end of the table in the building, JCL, and not the head of the table, but,
Acknowledge me.
Mini of the table, we'll call him. Been forever since JC's on. Harder to find this guy than Waldo in a book nowadays. It's like this guy's all over the damn place. But you're welcome on whenever, JC. So feel free to do that. We got a Facebook user. All it says is Facebook user. Have we seen this before, J-Lo? It just says Facebook user.
What's up?
Yeah, I don't.
That one.
Kind of wild, man. It's like, holy, I don't know if that's a StreamYard glitch or a Facebook glitch or like just something. They're already 8 beers deep, whoever the hell it is. So
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, 5 o'clock a.m. somewhere. That's more like it. But nonetheless, we are here on the Buccateers. You're watching live right now on YouTube, Facebook. You can catch the instant replay on Apple, Spotify, Google, and so much more as J-Lo and I settle in and get to talking about Bucs 49ers with the familiar face, Mr. J-Lo, returning to the Tampa area. Mr. Tom Patrick Edward Brady, the 18th, is returning to the Bay, the Tampa zone. He came out of his shell a little bit, as did the Bucs when they acquired him via free agency just a couple of years, 4 years back now, but nonetheless.
It seems like yesterday to me, when we first brought him in.
But he's returning, J-Lo. Thoughts on him getting the call for this one?
Hopefully he'll bring some, good luck juju like he did when we played Philly. Maybe we'll play inspired football for him.
Yeah, you think we do, and I think we do. I think we'll come out fired up.
Yeah.
I thought this game would have been the 4:25 game of the day with Brady on the call, J-Lo.
No, it's 1 o'clock. So
I know. Not that I hate it, but wish it was 4:25. Because if you look at we'll get into the games later, but they could have used a little bit of a pick me up on the 4:25 slate.
No, agreed. It could be an advantage for us, really. Because the time change for the Niner players, they're going to have to adjust and play a lot earlier than usual. So it'll be an interesting one. I think we're in for a real treat tomorrow, even though, the odds stack against us again, which is nothing new. But hey, let's go.
McCaffrey's likely to return. Thoughts on him coming back, J-Lo? I mean, the Bucs kind of fared well with him almost in his entire career to this point. What say you on how the Bucs handle them tomorrow?
Well, let's see how his calf is. Let's see if he's really over this injury or not. I mean, you already know Bowles is already scheming something, to kind of like contain him. If you contain him, get out to Purdy, I think we got a great shot. I mean, like I said, Christian McCaffrey is Christian McCaffrey. He's a great player. He's done amazing things last year, but he's not 100%. He's not. I feel he's still got some.
Do you think
soreness.
Jordan Mason gets a good amount of touches still?
Yes, I think we'll see a good, amount of carries for Mason with some McCaffrey sprinkled in there. I don't think they're going to really give him a lot of, snaps. I mean, he'll get his snaps, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he's not going to, get a lot of snaps like he usually does because it's his first game back.
Yeah, Christopher Cole says it's a StreamYard and Facebook issue. So hopefully they work on that. We never like that, especially when you're paying money for what you do. But what can you do? We'll see if we could work on that and get the names to pop up there because this person's full of energy. Bucs will win 600 points, J-Lo. I could see that happen. I mean, I think there's a path to 600 points.
Man, he's making me run through a brick wall for him, man. I'm two coffees in, so it's not beer, but it's 2 coffees in, so let's go.
we do appreciate Christopher Cole having our back, though. Our guy, as always, saying, "Hold on, I'll figure out the issue." So, yeah, I figured it was you stepping pepping because it sounded like it just by joining. You saying what's up. I know that's your patented saying. So we do appreciate you stopping by. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I promise I'll do my best to try and dig deep into that, just like we're going to do the injury report, the Bucs, and so much more. Todd Bowles last year, or think trouble, panic button. We talked a little bit about this on Thursday, J-Lo, but we'll briefly go over it in a minute or less each here. I think obviously if Bowles has a good showing, he'll be fine for next year, but the defense can't keep up this juking and jiving and letting all these big plays up. And when you're a coach, whether it's special teams, offense, or defensive minded, because we've seen all 3 phases of the game, Harbaugh, special team guy, Bowles, defensive guy, Arians, offensive guy. If you're the head coach and your specialty is one of those 3 things, J-Lo, and that's your team's weakness right now, that has to change in quick order. And Bowles won't get fired anytime soon. People get fired mid-season. No. He's going to get every opportunity to prove himself. He'll be with the Bucs until the end of the year, and hopefully if he gets into the playoffs, J-Lo, I do believe he will be back next year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Bowles, he's had bad luck with injuries. I'm not trying to excuse his play calling on defense, because his defense has played very terrible.
3 of the better Bucs players in terms of at least salary, Godwin, Evans, and Dean, are all out for extended periods.
Exactly. And plus, he's got trouble with that middle linebacking position, covering the middle still. And players are playing hurt, which means they're not 100%. Once again, not trying to clear his mistakes, because he has not done very well.
He's had flaws.
Yes. But I do feel if he can flip a switch like he did last year and get a win streak going, I think he'll be fine. And if not, then we'll see what happens. I mean, it all depends what the ownership wants. And right now they believe in Bowles. That's the truth.
I don't think the players gave up, J-Lo. What say you? I haven't seen an ounce. I haven't seen an ounce of quit in this locker room. I mean, we took the Chiefs down to the wire in rainy elements on Monday Night Football in prime time. I know some of the defense let up some big plays, but guys like Kalijah Kancey and Vita Vea, come on. These guys aren't quitting.
How about Tyke Smith forcing another fumble? I mean, don't seem like they're giving up to me. It seems like they want to win a football game. It's just, unfortunately, we played a back-to-back Super Bowl winning team. But the fact that we went toe-to-toe to overtime, I mean, that's something to me to motivate them going into the bye week.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We went over this on Thursday as well, but J-Lo, quick thoughts in a minute or less. Bowles going for 2. I mean, we've seen it kind of play out Thursday night. Bengals go for 2, they don't get it, and that's fine. And still some people think it's the right call, but it just goes to show bad things could happen sometimes. Just because you go for 2 doesn't mean you're going to win the football game.
I mean, like I said the other day, I think they should have went for 2, but you know what? I moved past that now. I'm more focused on the Niners game coming up. But you made a good point. Yeah, Bengals went for 2, didn't succeed, and now they lost a football game. It is what it is. Now it's just time to move on past it. Game's over. Maybe Bulls might make better decisions or switch it up on the next game. That's my opinion on that.
So apparently Christopher Cole says people have to give StreamYard permission to use their name and picture on Facebook. Well, I'll have to look into that and see what the heck's
Wow.
going on.
Thank you, Christopher Cole.
Things are changing. I know our bills change, and they pretty much doubled the price on the Buccateers podcast. So, yeah, I'll have to see and look into what the hell's going on with everything, I guess. But neither near or there, J-Lo. We talked about CMC return, and who would you say outside of Christian McCaffrey? Because we did talk about him and the Bucs and what they could do with him, J-Lo. But who are your thoughts on who might be the 49ers player to watch out for? They have a lot of talent. Some of it is out. Like Ayuk is out for the year. They paid him a lot of money. Some defenders banged up a little bit and so forth. But they have a plethora of a roster still, talent-wise. Who the hell are you picking for your San Fran guy to look out for in Sunday's matchup, 1 o'clock Eastern in Tampa Bay tomorrow?
It's pretty obvious. Kittle, man. Kittle's probably going to go off and make some plays like Kelsey did last week. It doesn't get any easier on the Nets man up, mentality on the Niners. I think Debo can be contained as far as, coverage-wise. But Kittle up the middle, that's going to be the fun one to watch, I feel. Hopefully, we'll be on our P's and Q's to shut him down. Or if not, keep him at a minimum, under a certain amount of yardage on his catches.
Yeah, and the Bucs have been letting up big plays and big yardage and touchdowns to a lot of tight ends over the past month or so. So I hope they could figure it out kind of and rally together and kind of shore up that defense on the tight ends a little bit. So that's a really good pick. I'll say this, quarterbacks have been killing us. Kirk Cousins, Patrick Mahomes. This is a big game for Brock Purdy, I think, because the 49ers are in a similar spot to us, believe it or not, right now. You have them not looking like a lock for the playoffs, J-Lo, like a lot of people once thought, which is fine. They'll probably be there when it's all said and done. I still pretty much believe that too. But right now, when you look at the state of the 49ers, they're in third in their division technically behind both the Rams and the Cardinals. So, and they're only a half game ahead on Seattle. So they're in a dogfight in their own division. Obviously, the wild card's going to be tough. You got all those teams. You got the Bears' entire division. You got the Bucs, obviously, right there fighting for that. Then you still got teams like the Eagles and the Cowboys hoping for that too. So, J-Lo, the NFC is very mucky. This is an important game for Brock Purdy to see how he looks against a defense that has been exposed by quarterback play the past month or so.
We pretty much call him daddy the last couple of years, man. He's picked us apart too, over in San Francisco. It'll be interesting. The Niners, they're not looking too hot. And remember, you got to look at their division losses. They lost to the Cardinals. They lost to the Rams. They beat Seattle, but they got a big game against Seattle coming up at home after us, This could be a situation where the Niners, this is a must-win game for them against us because it's going to come down to wild card spot, like you said. Luckily, we got the tiebreaker over Philly, Commanders, if one of them falls. And then plus beating the Lions with a big plus, they're not going to fall, obviously. But, the Bucs got the team to do it, and this is kind of a playoff game, who gets the advantage, on the wild card spot tomorrow. So that to me is huge.
Yeah, we're going to look into the injury report here next, J-Lo, and it's looking a little bit better for the Buccaneers here when you take it into retrospect. And when I say that, I mean the past couple of weeks and months, it's been very, very tough. Last week, we even had Jalen McMillan out. Sterling Shepard was banged up and so forth. This week, it looks like we at least get a little bit healthier on the Bucs front in the injury report, J-Lo. One guy that's still missing that we do hope to get back is Mike Evans. And J-Lo, it does sound like they are pretty confident that Mike Evans will come back after the bye.
Oh yeah, he's up and running. Mike Evans, he's a soldier, man. The dude's working his way to get back in there to help his team. You gotta show love for that, and I can't wait to see him back in the lineup. Just hopefully they don't rush him back if he's not all the way ready for that next game. Because I feel like the offense will be able to hold their own until he's back fully healthy, if you know what I mean, or somewhat healthy. But for the other injuries, it's looking like we're getting a little bit stronger. Gaines has been practicing again, which is good. I think he's a good rotational guy to help out Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey. Because you see how important having Kancey and Vita Vea on the field together, how better that pass rush is. But we'll see on that part. But getting Mike back would be huge. I mean, you get him back, it'll motivate the players to play better, in my opinion. How when you're missing that one player on the team, they don't really perform well. But when they come back, it's like motivation. It's like Andrew juice. You know what I mean?
This is a funny one. All these sports players with diamonds in their teeth give a whole new meaning to putting money where your mouth is.
Oh, that's good.
That is good. Speaking of good, J-Lo, as we alluded to a little bit, the Bucs injury report's looking good. Like we discussed, Mike Evans, the only player out right now. Other than that, J-Lo, you have Evan Deckers, who's our long snapper. He's questionable to return to this one. Greg Gaines, questionable, as you briefly mentioned. Jalen McMillan, questionable. Tyke Smith, questionable. Jordan Whitehead, questionable. The expectation is that all play outside of potentially Gaines and McMillan, who still have pretty good shots to play. Thoughts on the injury status for the Bucs, J-Lo? Seems to be, although you're without Dean, Godwin, and Evans, obviously, and that's awful, but compared to the past month or so, this seems like it's a lightweight type of injury report.
Oh, yeah. I mean, getting these guys back a little bit sooner is awesome. I like the injury report lowering. It's good. McMillan, those hammies, they don't heal overnight. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets held out tomorrow, or he'll get on a low snap count on that.
Breaking news, our Nebraska native text into the show. Greetings, men. Mr. H, greetings to you. Keep going on, J-Lo.
No problem. But I will admit, Tyke Smith, that's a big one. This man has been the ultimate playmaker on defense, forcing fumbles, getting turnovers. Having him in the lineup is very huge, in my opinion, at this point. Going through the season, we all been noticing he's been the one, creating these turnovers more than the other players. So that to me is huge. That, even though he's questionable, but obviously he's playing. There's no way they're not going to hold him out, bearing any setbacks.
And I'm guessing Pepin's stepping this is. And Pepin, on Thursday, you said 23-21. Now you're upping it to 28. If that's you, Pepin, let us know what changed your mind, the 5-point swing in a couple of days. But yeah, J-Lo, when you're looking at the injury report, going to be critical for some of the big guys, the big guns to, get back in this one. And it looks like we'll definitely get a healthier Sterling Shepard, to say the least. And it looks like we should be getting a guy like Greg Gaines back to pour into the roto. And it looks like Jalen McMillan, not that he's done a ton, should be back, but that would be good for this Bucs team, who really could use all hands on deck right about now with the way we're playing. We really need every body possible. And, Whitehead, I just hope, man, hard to find words. Hard to find words.
And let's not forget, he is battling a quad injury, and that's not a very easy injury to get over. I'm not trying to excuse him.
It ain't. That's what I'm saying. I think he'll get back to his old form. That's why I think that, hard to find word. Oh, Canadian Mike we got in the house. Canadian Mike says 28-21. So Pepin sticks at 23. We got all the Canadians in the house.
I'm saying, man, all Canadian team up in here today. I like it.
Yeah, look at Facebook, though, trying to take Canada away from us, I guess. It's like, come on, what the hell's going on here?
Come on, you ruined the fun, Facebook.
Facebook user, my ass. For those that are unaware, StreamYard and Facebook are seemingly trying to negotiate or something. But right now, say your name. If you're commenting on Facebook, put your name in the comment, please, because it's giving us a hard time. Who the hell's who right now on Facebook? Todd on hot seat for not going for 2, ask our Nebraska native. Some fans had his back after it, some fans didn't. So it was one of those things where, like we said, you looked at Thursday night, the Bengals went for 2 and it ended in regulation. Bucs ended in overtime. It's just one of those things where if it works out, fans will love it. If it doesn't, you'll get some criticism. But J-Lo, the 49ers injury report does look worse than ours. Charvarius Ward ruled out. Rest in peace. He had a terrible loss of his young infant child. That's so sad. I can't even fathom to imagine that situation he's going through. Yetur Gross-Matos is out with a knee.
That's it, Kevin, right?
Yep. Kevin Givens, the D lineman's out with the groin, and Chris Conley, wide receivers, out with the hammy. Then Bosa, Feliciano, McCaffrey, Mustafa, and Debo are all questionable.
Any chance Kittle had a little injury so you don't play? I'm joking.
Oh, man. I mean, he did a couple weeks ago. He seems to be recovered from it, and he's going to the thing with this 49ers offense, Brandon Ayuk involved even makes it more scary, but it's like playing whack-a-mole. It could be McCaffrey, it could be Kittle, it could be Debo,
Could be Juan Jennings.
Now they got Ricky Pearsall as well, the rookie, J-Lo.
Don't sleep on Juan Jennings. That dude can play too, man. He fits that team very well.
He had a huge game this year earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, but Ricky Pearsall, man. I loved him at Florida, and like I said, once he gets used to the NFL speed, he's going to be a baller, man. That dude's a stud.
Hell of a comeback story for him, too, after getting shot in an attempted robbery earlier this summer. J-Lo, it's time for our Bucs Bets, my brother, where we go into the world of Buccaneers football betting lines and try and win you guys money on our Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Are you ready, brother?
Yeah, man. Let's make some money, man. I'm about to come out to your neck of the woods next week, so I need some money.
Let's do it. Pops texted Bosa got hurt at practice Wednesday. He doesn't think he will play. That would be good for the Bucs if he doesn't play. I mean, that's one of the premier defensive players in the league, J-Lo.
He is. Like an Aiden Hutchinson, you take that out, it changes their whole defensive scheme.
All right, so here we go. Bucs Bets time, J-Lo. Are you ready? J-Lo, this sounds like a good one to me. The Bucs money line is times 225 tomorrow. So if you put $10 on it and the Bucs win, you would win $22.50. Are you betting the money line for that payout?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's good. That's a good money line. I'll take that.
The spread is at 6.5, J-Lo. So if you bet 10 and the Bucs lose by 6.5 or less, or they win, you win. Are you taking the Bucs spread for plus 6.5?
Yep, taking it. Either way, win or lose, you win some money. I'll take it. It's a win-win to me.
Total points for the game, over under 50.5.
That's a tough one.
Geesh, I could see this one go. I'll go under. I think
under.
I think it'll be like 28-21 type, something around that. We'll see, but I'm thinking under just barely, but I do think it goes under. J-Lo, back to you in this one. Buccaneers over under sits at 21.5 points. Do you think the Bucs get to 22?
Yeah, I'll bet over on that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty much thinking the Bucs do what Vegas expects San Fran to do, and vice versa. Listen to this. It's crazy. J-Lo, if you bet on Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown, his odds are always so insane. Just to win $1, you'd have to bet 3 for him to score a touchdown. That's kind of outrageous. But J-Lo, out of the 3 Bucs, quote-unquote, big-timers to score a touchdown, which of the 3 would you put money on? 10 on Rachaad White to win $11.80, 10 on Bucky Irving to win $11.80, or 10 on K. Dotton to win $14.50.
K. Dotton, man, he's on fire right now. K. Dotton, that'll be my pick.
Yeah, A, those odds are generally nice, speaking compared to the two running backs, and B, he's been the best chance to getting into the end zone lately for this team. So I like the Cade Otton one. Christopher Cole, when we win this game going into the bye week, we'll get healthy and we'll win 10 to 11 games. I think so. That's still a very much good hope, my friend. I'm not giving up on that either. My turn on the medium, guys. Out of Trey Palmer, Jalen McMillan, Sterling Shepard to score a touchdown. Trey Palmer, you bet 10 to win 25. Jalen McMillan, you bet 10 to win 26. Sterling Shepard, you bet 10 to win 29. Give me, if he plays, give me Jalen McMillan. We've seen him get into the end zone early in this year, and he seems like he really should be involved if he's playing to try and move the ball down the field as a rookie. So give me Jalen McMillan, the 10 to win 26. J-Lo out of the medium, guys, to score a touchdown. Would you put $10 on Baker Mayfield to scramble or catch one, 10 to win 42? Sean Tucker to score a touchdown, 10 to win 41. Rakim Jarrett to score a touchdown, 10 to win $36. Or Ryan Miller to score a touchdown, 10 to win 43.
No, give me Ryan Miller. He's been coming on lately. Lean Cohen praised him a lot this week, so give me Ryan Miller. I'll bet Ryan Miller will get one.
Our guy says Evans 1,000 yards in jeopardy from Mike on Facebook. Thanks for putting in your name. That's a big help. J-Lo, quick thoughts on that in 20 seconds or less. Evans, he'll have to average about 90 to 100 yards a game if he plays the last 7.
I think if anybody's a believer in Mike like we all are, I think he can still pull it off depending on the health. But I'd rather have a healthy Mike Evans to win football games, to put us in winning position, than him going for 1,000. Yeah, we all want him to get the record, but at the same time, it's all about winning football games. And I think that's what Mike's focused on right now, is getting healthy to help his team win football games.
I agree. I think Mike's focused on getting healthy, and I think we'll involve him early and often when he does return at 100% health. I could see him having one of those mammoth 200-yard games that moves him that much closer, but let's just hope for his health. Obviously, we all hope he gets to the 1,000 yards, but if he's healthy and helping us win football games, that's the most important part with Big Mike. I'll round us out on the Bucs Bets touchdown scorers in the long shot odds. Payne Durham, $10 to win 130. Keefe, 10 to win 140. Devin Culp, 10 to win 200. Give me Keefe, $10 to win 140. Like I said, he averages 1 touchdown a season, so you never know when his time might be to score 1 this year, as he hasn't yet. J-Lo, player passing. Let's head on over to you first. Baker Mayfield, over under 242.5 passing yards in this one.
Over. He's been money, going over those yardages, so give me over for Baker.
Baker Mayfield, this one's to me, over under 1.5 touchdown passes. The over actually pays $10.40 if you bet 10, so you win plus money there. Give me over Baker 1.5 touchdown passes. Again, the way he's been playing and throwing the football, I think it'd be hard pressed otherwise to bet against him. J-Lo, interception. Brock Purdy, over under half an interception. If you bet $10 and he throws one, you would win $11.50. If you bet $10 and he doesn't, you would win about $8.50 on that. What way you going?
I'm going to have to go under. I mean, the last couple of quarterbacks we have played, we could not pick off them at all, so give me under for Brock Purdy.
Yeah, now we'll go into the receiving yard end of things. Bucky Irving, 15.5 receiving yards. I'll take the over on that. It just takes one big screen pass to bust that. J-Lo, over under Cade Otton, 58.5 receiving yards.
Once again, he's on fire. Over.
I get Rashad White, 25.5 over under. Give me the over because he's going to have to be used more this game out of the backfield. Still missing some wide receivers like Evans, obviously Godwin, some banged up wide receivers. This is a fun one, J-Lo. Player to have most receiving yards, Cade Otton or George Kittle?
Oof. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, bro. But I'm going to have to go with Kittle. I think he's going to get a lot of catches tomorrow. I think he's going to be depended on. K-Don's going to be dependent on too. They're both going to be pretty close, but I got to say Kittle will have the edge on that one.
Bucky Irvin over under 2.5 catches. I'll say under for Bucky. I think he gets 2 on the dot. I think he makes him count though and breaks a screen for a long way. J-Lo, K-Dot, and over under 5.5 catches.
I say over. He's the main target right now when it comes to receiving, besides our running backs.
Yeah, I like that bet as well. Rashad White over under 3.5. Give me the over. I think he gets about 4 or 5 catches tomorrow. Now on to the running, J-Lo. Bucky Irving over under 34.5 rushing yards.
Ugh, man, that's a tough one. I say under on the rushing. I think he's going to get more catches, screens, and because he's sharing the ball with Rashad White, White's starting to get his confidence back. So give me under on that one.
I'll take Rashad White over 23.5 rushing yards. That seems awfully low even for the rotation. If you ask me, give me over 23.5 on Rashad White. And J-Lo, will end it with you. Baker Mayfield over under 12.5 rushing yards.
I say over. Like you mentioned earlier, it takes one big play, and I think he'll get a big rush in to get a first down.
I agree with you there, brother. Now we're going to look on to field goals of the game and place kickers. The Bucs over under on field goals is over under 1.5 field goals. Bet 10 to win 11. I'm going to go with Chase McLaughlin making 2 field goals. I would bet the 10 to win 11. J-Lo over under on Chase McLaughlin, total points 6.5. Do you think Chase McLaughlin kicks us 7 points tomorrow?
I think he does. I think between the touchdowns and a couple field goals, I can see him doing it.
Total yard of longest successful field goal tomorrow is over under 47.5. Give me the over. Anytime Chase McLaughlin's kicking the game. And then you get the other team's kicker as well. I like the over there. J-Lo, defensive props time. Player to make an interception. Antoine Winfield, if you bet 10, you can win 75 on it if he does. If you bet that.
You say Antoine Winfield Jr.?
Yeah, $10 to win $75 for him to get an interception.
I'll put over. I'll bet 10 on that.
Yeah, and then Zion McCollum 10 to win 75. I would bet on that too, and then hope one of them just happens. Our PK is almost automatic. Yeah, Chase McLaughlin is great, Mike. That's a great point, J-Lo. Chase McLaughlin has been huge this year. Good stuff there from our guy Mike in Canada. J-Lo, back to you defensively. Levante David over under 7.5 total tackles tomorrow.
I say over. He's a tackling machine. I think he's going to be all over the place, playing out of his mind. He got a lot of praise from Fred Warner this week, so that's motivation for him, I think.
I'll take the next one. Then you round us out in our Bucs Bets segments here on the Buccateers Weekend of Football Kickoff Show. Just a reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on. So anytime J-Lo, myself, and the rest of the guys go live here on Saturdays, Tuesdays, and more, you guys could keep up with the Bucs and the rest of the football leagues. Over under Zion McCollum 5.5 tackles. I'll go under. I think he gets right 4 or 5, but I think he has a good game, but I don't think he has over 5.5 tackles. J-Lo, take us home with Antoine Winfield Jr. over under 6.5 tackles in tomorrow's game.
I say over. He's very dependable in making his tackles when he's there, so I say over.
I agree with you there, and that does it for our Bucs Bet segment. So we're going to get into picking our score predictions, our player of the game predictions, and so much more. So far, we have 2 score predictions, and Pepin and Mike, if you guys are still watching, feel free to throw in your player of the game predictions as well. Christopher Cole, feel free to throw in your score prediction, and everybody else out there, Puckhead and the rest. Canadian Mike is Bucs winning 28-21. Pepin Steppen is 23-21. J-Lo, how do you have the final score in this thing shaken out, and who's your player of the game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oof. I know I picked them to lose last week, but because how inspired they played Monday night and with some players coming back, give me Bucs 28, Niners 24. I think we'll have a good, hard-fought game, and I think the Bucs will battle hard at home for Tom Brady as well and get back to 500.
Who's your Bucks player of the game, brother?
Player of the game, I say Baker Mayfield. He's just been a dog, this whole entire season, balling out, leading the league in touchdowns, and I think he's going to have another great game tomorrow.
I'm going to go with the Bucks winning 27-23, right around your neck of the woods. But I got a couple field goals sprinkled in on each side to make it 27-23. And if I were to pick a player of the game, I'm going to say our D-line stays hot. Yes, McCaffrey returns, but give me Kalijah Kancey to make yet another huge impact tomorrow. You felt it last week. We will feel it tomorrow. Puckhead, our guy, says Bucks 35-32, with Mayfield being his player of the game. So we got a couple on the Baker train. Yeah, Puckhead was with us in Kansas City last week, J-Lo, sitting there through the cold, braving it because he lives in Nebraska. So it was a nice little 2-3 hour drive for him, but nonetheless, he made the truck out and spent Pops' birthday with us in KC. It was pretty fun.
Oh, no, I was about to ask you, man. I mean, going to enemy territory, going to a very tough place to play at. But seeing how they played inspired football, I mean, how did you really take it? Like, honestly, what was the first thing that comes to mind? Even though we lost, but the way they fought this team into overtime, getting after Mahomes the best they could with what we have. I must say, I see a light for this team. I think we're definitely going to get it back together, in my opinion.
Yes, I agree, and I felt decent being there. Like, for a loss, it felt actually, not that you love a loss, but it felt like one of those battles where it's like, damn, they deserve to win this game. You felt bad for those guys. They were very, very, battle worthy, and that proved a lot to me that the Bucs didn't roll over against the only remaining undefeated team left in football on a national stage. And you got to really have hope and intrigue for tomorrow's. Cleveland me should be joining us any minute now. He's about a minute late, so we'll see if we could be getting Joey Nips in here as he is commenting. Feels good to have a chill weekend of football. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Puckhead, it was a great time. It sure was. Everybody, Johnny Boy, your son-in-law, future son-in-law, and the rest of the gang. It was just incredible stuff. And a lot of nice people, a lot of nice ponchos. Hey, fellas, happy weekend. Happy weekend to you, Olivia. We hope you're doing great. We love our lady listeners. We had a hell of a time at the comedy show last night. Sebastian Maniscalco was a funny, funny guy. Mike, friendly and loud crowd. Yes, it was. Not this late. Come on now, get on. We need you to do our Bucks predictions. We're running on a thin wire here. Or else we're gonna have to cut some of the fluff out. J-Lo, me and you, while we wait for Joey to get in for his Bucks prediction and Colts talk.
Where's
Hey,
Waldo?
here he is. Joey, we were finishing out our Bucks predictions and thoughts, brother.
Hey, Joski.
So J-Lo is sockless waiting for your
the fuck you won't.
Well, you finally show up, man. You're
you know what? You always let me in a minute. Oh no, I'm not gonna let those.
You're gonna be fine for that. You're gonna be fine for that. We'll send you the fine in the mail. Joey, what say you? So far, we got Canadian Mike saying 28-21 Bucks. We got Pep and Steppen saying 23-21 Bucks. J-Lo said 28-24 with Baker Mayfield as his player of the game. I said Bucks 27-23 with Kancey as mine, and then Mr. H, the Red Rocket, says Bucks 35-32 with Baker is his as well.
Man, last week was close, coming off a day shorter rest. Christian McCaffrey back, as we all know. I'll go Tampa Bay 24.
Yep, kangaroo court.
What? Tampa Bay 24, Kansas City, who are not playing this week at San Francisco, 21. 24-21. My player of the game. I thought, after that one pass where it was almost picked off by Baker Mayfield, I felt like he really settled in. But like you said, they need to get more carries in the run game. It's like, yeah, it's nice to have a three-headed monster, but if you're using each of them little, that's not really a three-headed monster. That's kind of just like mucking it up. So I would say I'm going to go with Tucker, man. It's been a while since he's actually broke out. The Saints game, I know you mentioned it last show, was a big breakout for him. Why not get him more involved and have him pick up some of the slack a little bit here and have a big day?
Yeah, and for real, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Shepherd on the rounds, Mayfield keeping the ball. But when Mayfield has more carries than two of your running backs last week, Rashad White and Sean Tucker, don't get me wrong. Liam Cohen is doing a hell of a job. But get these guys a little bit more of touches. Like you've seen early in the year, all those innovative runs to Sean Tucker, to Bucky Irvin, ripping off big chunks at a time. Let's try and bring those back a little bit more, especially without some of the big guns like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and those likes. Joey, speaking of without big guns, the Colts are without Anthony Richardson, not due to injury, but without him starting due to benching for the second week in a row here ahead, as the Colts prepare just like the Bucs do in a damn near must-win scenario this week. Bucs and Colts sitting right in similar spots, similar playoff percentage spots and everything. Thoughts on the state of the Colts with Joe Flacco after being in a loud Minnesota environment we were in last week? Colts offense never really got going in that game, and now they're without Michael Pittman Jr. as well. How do you see the Colts shaking it off from last week and moving on and putting their best foot forward for offense here?
Yeah, my ears are still ringing after Minnesota and Kansas City. Two great environments, two good cities. We did that with Atlanta and Jacksonville. Wouldn't go back to those shitholes anytime soon.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Joey, StreamYard and Facebook are like being weird with rights to the names of Facebook users. So that's why we've been having people put comments who their names are. Like it just says
dear
Facebook.
God.
But this is the Godfather, I know for sure. Welcome in, Godfather. But if you guys could, if you comment, if you're just joining us, if you're on Facebook, I don't know what the hell's going on with StreamYard and Facebook, but
StreamYard's trying to charge double the prices too, so some bullshit's going on.
I was saying that, but welcome in Godfather and El Monito. But carry on, Joe. Sorry, I just had to let you know so you're not confused. Like, what the hell's going on?
Facebook user. It sounds like I watched Jared from Subway documentary last night. More like an abuser. Jesus. Getting on sick ticket, by the way, man, if you haven't seen that. But anyways, moving on to the Colts, like where we started. It's a must win. Listen, for everybody who sits on their couch at home and says they want a Joe Flacco because that wins more games now, well, this is the game to do it. Conference games mean more than non-conference games, as we both know. We were at non-conference last week, being Tampa Bay and Indianapolis. Lost battles, that's okay. Now we move on to our own conference where we got to beat teams that, let's face it, could be in the thick of it at the end of the day with a healthy Christian McCaffrey and then a healthy Josh Allen, of course. So the Colts are going to must-win time on their home field, just like the Bucs are. Very similar situations. Like you've been saying, we got the same record. We're both at home. We're both dogs, and we both need this game so badly. So I think the Colts are going to come out well. We usually play well against Buffalo. Jonathan Taylor's going to have a big, yeah, he busted all right, Mr. H. We're going to have a big day by Jonathan Taylor. I'm talking over 100 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And then Joe Flacco, you can't throw a turd 20-yard out that gets picked off either. And then defensively, just keep doing what we do. So I think closer than the experts think. Buffalo's on a 4-game winning streak. This NFL has so much parity. Usually it goes away after a little bit and you find some struggle. Buffalo has Kansas City next week on Sunday Night Football. Maybe overlooking this one a little bit. Let's go Colts. I have faith in us to win just like I do the Bucs. But if we both lose,
what's your score and player of the game for tomorrow's Colts game, 1 o'clock Eastern time in Indianapolis?
I'm going to go DeForest Buckner. He's going to have to really do good in the run game and the pass game of Josh Allen. He's the least sacked quarterback in football. And honestly, if you look at Buffalo's stats offensively and defensively, they're not ranked very high, but they don't turn it over, and Josh Allen makes plays.
And what's your score?
Colts 28, Buffalo 24.
Before J-Lo and I give ours, one more question for you. How long of a leash do you give Joe Flacco? Is it till halftime? Is it a couple more games? Is it the rest of the year? How long do you see, if he plays like last week, that is, how
2
long
more
of a leash?
games. We have Buffalo, and then we have the Jets next week. So both conference games. So I'm looking. You gotta, if you really thought he was the answer, you gave him 1 game last week. Now you give him a couple more of that, at least where he could develop some rhythm. So 2 games max. If we're now 4-7 after these next 2 weeks with 6 games to go, you put Richardson in and you find out everything you can.
J-Lo, thoughts on the QB situation and what score you got?
No, I agree with Joey. I think you give Flacco a couple of games to see if he can get some wins, and if he can't, then you got to see what you got in, your number 3 overall draft pick a couple of years ago. So, but on that being noted, give me a Colts at home in a hard-fought battle against the Bills. I think their defense definitely helps them out a lot, continuing Josh Allen. And MVP, I got to go with – give me DeForest Buckner going in there, leading his troops in there, getting after
Man,
Josh
you and
Allen.
Joey been hanging out off air or something too? You guys have the same.
What colored socks you got on, J-Lo?
Oh, we're twinning, man. I got blood socks too.
All right, both of you got to keep your hands where we can see him. That's for sure, because this is getting sticky. No
With
pun
no hands
intended.
in the-
Whoa.
Give me the Colts in a tough one. The Bills are due to drop one. The Bills are probably one of the better teams in the whole National Football League when you look at them top to bottom. They made a great trade getting Amari Cooper, but he's been a little banged up. He hasn't really been that effective. And when you look at the Bills' last run of games, the last time they had a loss was over a month ago now, October 6th, against the Texans in Houston. And, after that, they went on a nice little run. They beat the Jets in New York. They crushed the Titans at home. They crushed Seattle on the road. They beat the Dolphins in a tough one. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They're due to kind of slip up here a little bit. I think it's an ugly game, and, nothing wrong with it. I think with Flacco without Pittman, I think that's how the Colts got to win, is winning ugly. I got Colts 21, Bills 20. And give me the Colts player of the game being Rigoberto Sanchez. Their punter. Their punter will be their player of the game.
Yeah, he's a great punter.
It's going to be a battle of field position. Hey, put my man AR in. I'm tired of this shit, but that's neither near or there. But being with Joe Flacco, I think it's going to be a battle of field position. I think Rigoberto is going to pin the Bills deep a couple of times, and then I think the Colts defense is going to step up to the occasion, make a couple of real nice plays. And, Mr. H says, just make sure nothing more than socks being shared. Oh, Nelly. Wow.
Oh, my.
So I got Colts 21-20 with Sanchez player of the game. J-Lo just said Colts with Buckner. Joey's got 28-24 Colts with Buckner. Moving on to our spread them. Spread them if you got them. College football pick time. Spread it. We got El Monito joining us on Facebook. Andrew Hernandez, the Hernsters in the
building. Hey, Elmo.
As well. So, make sure nobody watching out there is doing more than sharing socks, as the great Puckhead says. And we're going to wait for our games of the day till last. We always do, but we're going to go over the rest of the college football landscape. We had 4 fun games yesterday. Now we got a fun slate of action today. Screw Iowa, by the way. If they would have won last night, I would have went perfect in bets. They killed my parlay. But UCLA is playing together. Mr. H, hey, I'm on a silent retreat, so got time and thoughts here. Hey, that's good. Bless your heart, man. Just bless you for that silent retreat. But we got our college football spread 'em here, and we're going to start with Joey spreading him. Remember, college football, we do the spreads. That's why it's called spread 'em. Joey, Ohio State minus 38. That game's at noon Eastern against Purdue.
Last week Ohio State had a tough one. They bounced back big at home. Give me Ohio State on the points.
J-Lo, we're going to give you South Florida's matchup. Navy, after losing 2 in a row, -4 on the road, noon Eastern at South Florida.
USF played hard football last week, but I think they're going to take a tough loss today. Navy's a good football team, and I think Navy will pull out the win. I'll take the spread on that.
I wonder if Byron Brown's back in that one for USF. That would be huge if he is. Miami is -8.5 on the road at Georgia Tech, noon Eastern time. Oof, give me Miami -8.5. They've been playing some good football right now. They beat the crap out of Duke last week. Mr. H has to jump off. Thanks so much for joining us, Puckhead. We love you.
Don't jump too far.
Yeah, keep your socks on at all times. That's all we could say. Miami -8.5, though. Give me them -8.5. Joey, Syracuse at Boston College. Boston College -2.5.
It's Boston College.
J-Lo up next on the docket. Big Ten battle at noon. Rutgers at home. Getting 6.5 points from Minnesota, who's been coming on stronger and stronger as the year goes. J-Lo, who do you got there? Rutgers, Minnesota. Rutgers are +6.5.
I say Rutgers at home. I think Schiano will get a big win against one of his former coaching staff members because I believe they were together on the Bucs in 2012.
Our guy Puckhead can't have a Nebraska loss today, so that's good. Yeah, Matt Rule, you never know what the hell he's going to do or what the hell he's going to screw up on any given Saturday. So you're right on there, our guy Puckhead. We love you, brother. West Virginia +4.5 at Cincinnati. I like Cincinnati in that one. I think they've played pretty damn good football all year. I think they're ready for battle there. Joey, 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. Michigan +14.5 on the road against Indiana. Their biggest spread in decades and decades and decades. What's
Michigan has big-time quarterback problems. When you have big-time quarterback problems, you usually have big-time problems keeping games close. Coach Signetti, puff it away. They blow them out by 14.5 or more. Give me Indiana.
That'll be a fun one at 3:30. Iowa State at
Indiana.
Yeah, we'll see. Iowa State at Kansas, 3:30 Eastern time. That game's actually at Arrowhead Stadium, neutral site game, J-Lo. We were just there, Joey and I. Who do you got, J-Lo? Neutral site, Iowa State -2 against Kansas, Arrowhead Stadium. As Neil says, what it do? Argon, Neil, what it do, brother? Tell the people what to do. You know what to do. But J-Lo, Iowa State, Kansas, Arrowhead, 3:30.
Give me Iowa State, man. Let's go, Rocco. Bet. I like the kid a lot. Let's go Iowa State.
Paulie's Army is at North Texas. Army is -6 for Paulie and the boys. Give me Army. I hope that they're undefeated by the time they play Navy or Notre Dame because I don't think they get past them. But a 1-loss Army against a 2-loss Navy would be a fun battle. So that's what I'm hoping for. Joey, 3:30 Eastern. Duke is +3 at NC State.
Give me the Dukies.
J-Lo, 3:30 Eastern. Clemson is -6 on the road against Virginia Tech.
Clemson on the road. They'll rebound from that embarrassing loss last week at home.
3:30 Eastern. Oregon State -3 against San Jose State. Future pack battle. Give me Oregon State there at home. I like them a lot today. Joey, a battle of the behemoths today in the SEC, 3:30 Eastern. Lane Kiffin and co. host Georgia. Ole Miss +1.5 point underdogs at home against the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, I absolutely love this matchup. If you love SEC football, today's the day. This game and a couple of others. Ole Miss has 2 losses on their home field. A lot of Jackson Dart haters right now. So I'm going to go opposite what of the experts think and take Ole Miss in a close one straight up.
As our guy Neil says, hit that like button. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please do. We love you, buddy. 4 o'clock East. I swear he's pointing to the like button, not anything else, ladies and gentlemen. 4 o'clock Eastern, Colorado at Texas Tech. Colorado -4, J-Lo, the fight in prime time.
I'm going to go with the fight in prime time, man. Travis Hunter, man. Give me prime time.
4:15 Eastern, another fun SEC battle. South Carolina -6 on the road at Vanderbilt. Give me Vanderbilt. They've been a fun team this year, playing some good underdog football. I like Vanderbilt getting the points at home against South Carolina in that one. Back to Joey here. We're going to go to Central Florida +2.5 on the road at Arizona State. 7 o'clock kickoff there, Joey. Central Florida bench KJ Jefferson. It looks like his football career is pretty much done. Who do you like in that one?
Yeah, that's why I don't like them. So I'll go the opposite of the quarterback benching at Central Florida.
Yeah, I like Arizona State too. J-Lo, 7 o'clock Eastern, Oregon given 23.5 points in a Big Ten battle with the Terps of Maryland.
Yeah, give me Oregon on the road and the spread to go with it. Oregon's a really good football team.
7 o'clock tonight, Oklahoma State, the Fighting Gundies, the Fighting Sons. We'll just leave it at that. But the Fighting Gundies at TCU, 7 o'clock Eastern. Oklahoma State's +10.5. Give me Oklahoma State in the 10.5 points on the road. Gundy is one of those guys who, steps up to the occasion. Joey, 7 o'clock Eastern. Mississippi State, the fight of Mike Leach's, getting 25.5 on the road in a hostile environment in Tennessee.
25.5. Ooh, that's a lot of points. Give me Mississippi State and all the points. They won't be close, but they'll find a way to backdoor cover.
Yeah, I think I think they'll put up a good battle as well. J-Lo, we're going to skip Florida State, Notre Dame, and all of our games until later. J-Lo, Alabama, LSU. LSU is +2.5 points at home.
Tough one. I say Alabama.
Man, this night, not to cut you off, but this night slate is loaded, guys.
Well, after last week when they had no night games.
Sheesh, we got a whole lot. But J-Lo, Bama, LSU.
I'm going to take Bama, getting their revenge from last year, losing to LSU. I think LSU are pretenders, and they're not playoff material. That's my opinion.
Yeah, Brian Kelly's too busy juking and jiving with kids. 7:45. Yeah, I mean, my family down. That guy has more impersonations than somebody else I know. 7:45 Eastern time. Oklahoma, Missouri +3 at home. Give me Missouri. I like their chances today at home against the up and down Oklahoma squad. Joey, another fun one. 8 o'clock Eastern time. The Cavaliers of Virginia are getting 7 points on the road at a one-loss Pittsburgh team in a battle of an ACC matchup.
Yeah, Pittsburgh needs a bounce back after last week. I expect for them to do that on their home field today after the SMU game.
J-Lo, fun one here is Heisman hopeful Ashanti Genty in Boise State hosts Nevada, 8 o'clock Eastern, Boise State -23.5. And I love to mention this every time. Ashanti Genty to score 2 touchdowns, you have to bet $7 just to win $1 back. That's how incredible this kid is.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, amazing. I think he's the Heisman winner, truthfully. But give me Boise State.
Yeah, I like them to blow them out as well. 9 o'clock Eastern, UNLV at Hawaii. Hawaii's +12. Give me Hawaii at home, getting the 12 points. I think they keep it tough as, some teams don't travel over there all too well. And that's a weird time for a Hawaii game. Joey, undefeated BYU takes the road and travels to Utah in yet another fun night game tonight. BYU -3. That game's 10:15 Eastern.
Yeah, give me BYU quarterback Jake Retzlaff. He's been having a really good year with 1,800 yards passing and 18 touchdowns and a 69 QBR. I like everything about those stats in this guy. Give me BYU.
J-Lo, another fun one in a future battle of the Pac-12. Utah State +20 at Washington State, 10:30 Eastern. Take us home, J-Lo.
Give me Washington State at home.
Now we're all going to pick our games. Again, we always all pick our games, so we're going to circle back here. Gators, Notre Dame, Penn State, all with big matchups today. Penn State and Notre Dame need to win out to make the playoffs. Florida has to impress after deciding to stick with Billy Donovan as they attempt to make a run.
Maybe make the NIT.
Gee, come on. They'll be playing College of DuPage in the spring. Joey, 12 o'clock Eastern time, Florida getting 21.5 points on the road at a very tough Texas team.
Yeah, man, this is going to be a really tough game. I love J-Lo to death. I'm going to be seeing him soon. Really good guy. I love the Florida Gators colors.
Just rip his heart out.
I love Tim Tebow. But Texas is going to knock the living shit out of the Gators today.
Oh, boy. J-Lo, do you have a rebuttal?
How dare you? How dare you? I'm just kidding. I'll
Hey,
tell
at
you one
least you're not
thing.
Florida
Hey,
State.
I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Potty Mouth. Listen, DJ Lagway is playing today, so give me the Gators with the upset on the road in Texas. Because let me tell you something. Lagway is going to finish what he started last week before he got that little booty-ass injury. So, yeah, Gator chomp, motherfuckers.
Yeah, there's some fight.
I let the Gators get in the 21.5 points with a bump. I'm going to bump them to 24.5 ultimately. I don't trust the 21.5. I think they play a good first half of football. I think they keep it close. You know what? Give me the Gators getting the 21.5 points. Fuck it. I like them. I don't think they're going to win. I think they lose by 21 on the dot. But, hey, losing by 21 and winning me money is okay in my books. And Billy Napier. Yeah, Billy Napier getting a little more hate than deserve. Listen, he hasn't been the best thing since sliced bread by any means in a Florida program, but let him get a couple more this year, next year under his belt, and then reevaluate. Too many programs fire coaches too early nowadays. Let him get another. To me, they shouldn't have fired Dan Mullen, but that's a whole nother story, regardless.
Agreed.
But J-Lo, thoughts on that? 10 seconds or less. Dan Mullen's unexcusable firing.
Yeah, Dan Mullen, I felt like, that was messed up, but we'll talk about that another time. But I will say Billy Napier, DJ Lagway is the main reason why he's the head coach right now. Lagway is the key, and that's all I got to say on Billy Napier.
Lagway is the key, and good for him to get Lagway, I will say that. Joey, 7:30 Eastern time, your beloved Notre Dame Golden Domers take on Florida State. Gene's favorite team, Florida State, that is. Ask J-Lo, he could attest to that. Notre Dame's minus 25.5. Joey, what say you?
Yeah, we never find a way to fully blow out a team for the most part on our home field. I don't know why it happens more often than not. It is a night game, though, so they got some time to be ready. I think Notre Dame wins by 21, but they don't cover.
J-Lo, Notre Dame minus 25.5 against the Seminoles at 7:30.
Now that is going to be an ass whooping Notre Dame's going to put on Florida State. Florida State is a very troubled program this year, and Notre Dame's going to wipe the floor with those. We suck. Anyway, keep going.
I see Notre Dame winning this one by 27 plus. Florida State's is about as bad as Bucko the Bruce's attendance here on the Buccateers podcast. So, give me Notre Dame in a rout. Our Red Eyes Pick'em is coming soon. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to round out our Spread'em segment with Washington, Penn State, Big Ten battle, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Joey, Washington getting 13 on the road, traveling to the Nittany Lions.
Minnesota, although they did have a decent, impressive win last week. What's the spread on that game again?
13.
Oh, okay. I like that because I saw some 13.5, 14. I'll take Penn State given the points. I think they win by 14.
J-Lo, Penn State, minus 13 at home, 8 o'clock Eastern against Washington.
Penn State's going to come in playing pissed off after last week. Give me Penn State recovering at home and getting a big win.
Man, that loss last week was a heartbreaker in the first half to end it. You had the wide receiver drop a ball to an interception. You had Penn State make the goal line to end the game. Couldn't execute there. Give me Penn State in a bounce back today as well, fellas. And that'll do it for our college football. Spread them if you got them today with our Red Eyes Pick 'em right around the corner. And just a reminder, when we do football, we don't take in account the spreads. That's only college. That's why we call college spread 'em. NFL is just straight up because it's more of a gut punch type of battle. J-Lo, you ready for battle. He's going to be the first one. He's going to get the game of the day tomorrow, the Germany game. J-Lo, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. It's our last early London, well, not London, Europe.
What dog shit?
Yeah, Europe affair, I should say. J-Lo, Giants, Panthers in Germany, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. At least we got football in the morning, but it ain't the best football.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a sleeping one for me. But that being said, I say Carolina because the Giants are just a bad football team like Carolina. But give me Carolina going back-to-back wins.
Joey, Minnesota Vikings on the road, 1 o'clock Eastern, taking on, wait a minute, Mac Jones and company in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Where's your thoughts there?
Yeah, honestly, with Lawrence, I was going to give him a puncher's chance. Now, no chance. Give me Minnesota. It might be
the chances more with Mac Jones, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't. They're both blow dicks, but Mac Jones is a backup and out of New England for a reason, right? So I'll take Minnesota in what will be an ugly first half, but they'll eventually build that lead.
There's been other first-round quarterbacks to get benched for veterans before. Come on now, we know this. 1 o'clock, Broncos, Chiefs. I take the I take the Chiefs. I mean, I think Broncos playing really tough tomorrow. I really do, but I think the Chiefs are just on another level compared to the rest of the football league right now. J-Lo, you get one of the games of the day after rebounding from Panthers and Giants. You get Steelers, Commandos. Steelers, Redskins, 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. That could be a really good battle.
Oof, tough one. I say give me the Steelers. Very underrated, team. Their defense is just lights out, always prepared to play. And I think Jaden Daniels is going to see a different kind of defense this year playing Pittsburgh. Give me the Steelers.
Joey, 1 o'clock Eastern, a battle in the NFC South. Atlanta at New Orleans tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been trying to pick Atlanta for against a few weeks now. I'm not going to stop now. New Orleans, as we know, just fired their coach. Hell's breaking loose, but they're on their home field. I think they come up with a straight-up win tomorrow against Atlanta.
Yeah, every time the team fires a head coach, they kind of have that rebuttal week like the Colts did when they won with Jeff Saturday that year. You've seen the Jets rebound a little bit with this sad sack of shit that's coaching them now. So we'll see what happens. But I do like the Saints tomorrow, too. Patriots, Bears. Give me the Bears at home tomorrow. They should beat rookie quarterback Drake May and company. Bears are fighting for a playoff spot. Pretty much if they lose, they're pretty much milk toast tomorrow. So give me the Bears at home against New England in that one. J-Lo, kicking off our afternoon slate. We have 3 games, each get a game. Titans, Chargers, 4:05 Eastern.
Give me Chargers. Titans suck. Chargers are better. Enough
Looks
said.
like Mayo Boy will be back for that one, too.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Will Levis's return. Joey, 4:25 Eastern time. Eagles at Cowboys with Cooper Rush under center for Dallas.
Eagles, Eagles.
And then Jets, Cardinals to round it out, 4:25 Eastern. Give me the Jets to stay high. I know the Cardinals have been looking better, but I like the Jets to keep their playoff chances alive in that one and win it on the road. Mr. J-Lo, you get a great battle for Sunday Night Football. Lions at Texans, the fighting bite of kneecaps at D'Amico Ryans & Co. at 8:20 Eastern tomorrow.
Give me the Texans at home, right? Texans are playing at home, or is it Lions?
Yep.
Yeah, give me Texans at home. I think the Texans will rebound. I think the Lions are due for a loss, and I think this will be the game they lose on primetime.
Joey, not necessarily, but this one damn near feels like a complete elimination game. Dolphins at Rams, Monday Night Football. Whoever loses to me is just pretty much write-offable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Coach McDaniel looks more homeless by the week. Give me the Rams.
Jeez, coming hard and heavy at Coach McDaniel there, huh?
You know he ain't my guy.
That'll do it for our Red Eyes Pick'em as we turn now to our MASH report before we get to breadwinners and final words as well. It is time for our fantasy football MASH report. And once again, if you guys are listening and watching out there, we've had it in the past. Give us your
What the fuck you been doing?
Give us your fantasy questions and get with us and we'll answer them all. That's for damn sure. But you know, StreamYard is providing all kinds of fun and with
Some
Facebook.
goofy shit, you know. We're already getting started with this media bullshit.
Yeah, you never know what the hell might rise ahead. Joey, wide receiver, full point PPR. Pick 2 of the following for tomorrow. Full point PPR wide receiver. Khalil Shakir on the Bills, Cortland Sutton on the Broncos, Keenan Allen on the Bears, Ricky Pearsall on the 49ers, and Sterling Shepard on the Bucs. Need 2 of those guys.
Keenan Allen and Shakir, because Buffalo has, I believe Coleman is down and probably Cooper.
J-Lo, 1 tight end of this bunch, full point PPR, Travis Kelce, K-Dot, and George Kittle.
George Kittle.
Whoa, really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think Kittle's going to go off tomorrow. Like I said, with our coverage, give me Kittle.
Hope you're dead wrong there, my friend.
Thank you.
Dead
I'm wrong too.
wrong. Running back wise, I'll answer 1. 2 out of these 3: Ramondre Stevenson, Rico Dowdle, Tony Pollard. Give me Ramondre Stevenson. He's been running the football better of late. You know, he's put up a couple back-to-back nice games because of finding his way into the end zone. Give me Tony Pollard. It's hard not to play Tony Pollard in fantasy. He's been having a nice season. Rico Dowdle's been okay, but I'd lean Pollard and Stevenson. And that is our fantasy football mash report as we move on here. Before we get to our final word, breadwinners and more, you guys are watching the Buccateers. We will return live on Tuesday with our Taco Tuesday program here on the Buccateers. And I do want to give a shout out real quick to a friendly, nice company nearby for you locals listening. Moveable Feast Co. in Wheaton, Illinois has a tremendous menu, some mouth-watering, delicious things, innovative menu, very good stuff over there. I mean, avocado bacon burgers, delicious nachos that are really, really good stuff there. They got alcohol as well. For those that don't know, they're located in the Wheaton area and they're under attack right now. So please help our friends and family out at Moveable Feast Co. They're going to serve you great food, great drinks, and so much more. And yeah, they're just such great people. We'll put their address and stuff in the link in description of this video as well. We did get Pops texting in. He joined us a little late, but he did say the Colts threw first 9 games all within 1 score, only 4th time in history. Colts 24-17 over there. So before we get to our final words, we are going to get to our breadwinners, ladies and gentlemen, where we win you a lot of money. And if you do the numbers on the data, fellas, if you look back, we have been killing it lately. And let me pull up our exact record and money one here because I do have it, and it is headed in the up and up right direction. But fellas, it has been nice being breadwinners.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
I think you've won a pretty damn good amount in a row now.
Thinking cap on.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we got the blue collar steel hard hat right here, baby. That's what we do. We win games and for the people. We are for the people. That's a thing.
We're 26 wins and 15 losses on the year now. Not too shabby. We're 11 games over, and we're plus $198 in total. So if you listen to us, we're plus 198 in total, and we're 26 and 15. And, you know, we've had some bets that have paid $3, but what can you do? So there's where we are. And
some people
that's not
just don't have what others do.
That's I don't know what I said, but that's not a bad. Listen, pretty much if you guys listen to us all year, you'd be $198 richer. That's all I got to tell you. Joey, breadwinner could be any sport now through Monday night, anytime, any place, anywhere. Where you headed?
Yeah, I am absolutely stuck between 2 freaking games right now, and it's just absolutely killing me if I pick.
You want to kick it to J-Lo?
J-Lo, you go first. Yes, please. I need a minute here. I'm sweating.
J-Lo's rebounded too. He used to pick the most foolish of things. Now he's been winning 3-4 in a row. It's been awesome.
Gonna try to make it 4, keep that win streak going. I'm going to go into the college Florida basketball. I'm going to go with Arkansas beating Baylor at home.
Arkansas basketball. Is that game today?
Yes, it's at 7:30 on ESPNU tonight.
Okay, so we got Arkansas over Baylor
Basketball.
at home basketball. I like that one a lot, J-Lo. That's a interesting one. Hey, never too early for the college.
Well, I could say
basketball.
safely I wasn't going there. Way to think outside the box, J-Lo.
Yeah, J-Lo knows what
I
he's
want to
doing.
keep piggybacking off your pits, so go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. Let me find. I just want to find the. Are you picking money line or spread for that one, J-Lo?
I believe I'm going to pick money line on that one.
All righty, Joey, where are you heading as I pull up the money line? Oh, Arkansas, they're plus 138. So there you go. I like that. They're
Nice.
plus 3.5 as well, spread wise. Joey, what say you for your breadwinner?
Man, oh man.
That extra time didn't help.
I'm gonna stick with my original gut, even though I just want to say I really do like Pittsburgh and college football today. But I'm gonna go with the LA Rams on Monday Night Football, giving up a point.
Wow, I like that against the Dolphins. So you got LA Rams money line or spread?
Spread's fine.
Man, and then I'll close it out. Our guy Pepin Steppen, he's won 2 in a row for us, but he's nowhere to be found right now, which is okay. This is tough. I had a couple in mind, and thank you, J-Lo, for finally not taking anything near what I was going to take. So you the man for that. Give me Iowa State over Kansas. Money line, that is. I like Iowa State's chances today. They're only a one-loss ball club. And I think they beat Kansas at home. The money line is minus 129. So you bet 20 on that, and you still win $16. So pretty good return there for our breadwinners. Fellas, thoughts?
Who is yours again, Tones? I'm going to put it in the chat.
Iowa State money line.
Okay, thank you.
Over Kansas in football. That'll do it for our breadwinners, though, fellas. Good plethora and mixture there. We got a basketball game tonight. We got a college football game in the middle of the day, college basketball game at night, and then NFL game Monday night. Final words, guys, for the program. Touchdown Tampa Bay, touchdown Indianapolis. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks again to Olivia and Co. for a fun night last night and everybody participating in the chat. We got Cleve and me, Puckhead, Olivia, Pepin Steppen, Canadian Mike, Christopher Cole, our guy Neil, the Godfather, El Monito, the Herninator, and so much more. Pops texting into the show and whatnot. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Go Bucs, go Colts, and God bless. Final word is just keep battling, keep fighting, and enjoy football, guys, because it's already November, getting into the middle of November, and before you know it, going to be a sad, sad winter comes the end of football season. J-Lo, give us your final thoughts before Joey takes us home.
Well, until next week, I will be chopping it up with my brothers up north, enjoying my time, spending some time with my family. But anyway, hopefully we'll get a big win tomorrow for both teams. You know, stay safe, everybody, and go Bucs and Colts.
Yeah, we'll all get matching socks and rock and roll. J-Lo, that bar did close, though, that we brought you to last time, sadly, Mangie's. So, that place did close. Joey, final word, brother.
Yeah, listen, finally have a full day at home to watch college football from start to finish. I'm going to put my oversized diaper on and just soil myself.
Oh, wow. Well, go get to it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Go Penn State. Go Notre Dame. Go Gators. Go Bucs. Go Colts. This is getting weird, guys. We're out. Sunday, man. I know you're nervous for the Rams, but you got to be a little enthusiastic after being there.
Bro, that game atmosphere was ridiculous. The energy, the electricity. I played with Rock, and anyone was there, and a lot of the Super Buck fans were there too. The Bucs.
Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like we got a little.
No, my camera's broke.